Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to look a little closer at Arteza Watercolor premium paints. Arteza is a quite new brand of art materials, but they definitely hit the market with their wide range of art supplies. So what are the company's claims about those paints? They are quick drying, they have convenient packaging, you can create stellar effects, they are non-toxic and should be light-fast conformed to the ASTM, appropriate for both novice and experts. Arteza is an American brand manufactured in Mexico. The packaging is really beautiful and aesthetic. I love the front image. On the back, we have all the information, including ASTM, here. On the lid, you will find color chart, as well as the information on its light-fast features, transparency, and finally, the pigments used in production. The box is spacious enough to accommodate 10 small trays with paint tubes in it. The presentation is pretty neat and looks very organized. The presented set contains 60 tubes, but on the Arteza website, sets of 12 and 24 tubes are available. The set I am presenting to you cost $38.99 US. One tube costs around 65 cents, which is a great price. However, you can't buy them open stock. Now this is a single tube containing 12 milliliters of paint. On the back side, traditionally some information on product itself. But what's most important is here. Here you will find the color's name, light fast, opacity, pigments, and color code. All information is in very clear and composed in the organized fashion. Now in this set we have paints with excellent light fast, which is 3 pluses, and good light fast, which is 2 pluses. When it comes to opacity, they are opaque, semi-opaque, and transparent. When it comes to pigments, they can be 1 pigment, 2 pigments mix, 3, 4, and 5 pigments mix. There is only one paint in the set, including mix of 5 pigments. When it comes to consistency, they are smooth and extremely pigmented. Haven't noticed any chalky particles. They tend to dry very matte. I can't see any reflection. In comparison to Cobalt Blue Deep by Winsor & Newton on the left side, they look totally matte. Please note, even though they are very matte, there is no issue with rewetting them in any way. And this sample was sitting on my desk for 3 days in hot conditions and low humidity. As I said, they are extremely pigmented, hence you have to be careful with dosing. That's how I will make all my color chart. Paint is straight from the tube on dry paper and then diluted with clean water. So now I am leaving you with all those bright colors. Now look at those colors. Titanium white behaves a little more like a gouache instead of watercolor. Pigments are very rich and vibrant. Even though this is a Artista cold pressed paper, I couldn't find granulating shades, so if you don't like that watercolor feature, you will like those paints. They were so vibrant that I decided to reach my Sennelier and Winsor & Newton color chart to see if there are any differences. I found that Arteza Neon Pink is a way brighter than Opera Rose. Camera doesn't do it justice, but when they called it Neon Pink, they really meant it. I found many similar shades in pinks, yellows, oranges, blues and greens. Actually, it was easier to find similar shades to Winsor & Newton than to Arteza. Arteza has many unique shades, like for example beigey, rosy skin tone shades. I also liked some bright warm green shades and beautiful pastel shades. But if you are looking for more traditional colors, this set might not be for you. Here I wanted to try single pigment paints Arteza and my professional Sennelier and Winsor & Newton. In both, pigments are the same. This is Sennelier Lemon Yellow and Arteza Lemon Yellow. Pigment that I'm testing is PY3. I am using Canson hot pressed paper. Here's Winsor & Newton French Ultramarine and Arteza Ultramarine Blue. Pigment that I'm testing is PB29. Here's Winsor & Newton Mars Black and Arteza Noir. Here's Winsor Violet Dioxazine and Arteza Violet. And the last one is Winsor Blue Green shade and Arteza Tallow Blue. Now let's move on to the opacity while paints are drying. Here I am testing if labels are true to reality. I decided to check lifting including opacity, hence red one paint is opaque, yellow is semi-opaque and blue is transparent. Now I am testing mixing single pigments, same yellow with two different shades of blue. Here I wanted to check blooming, which means how good paint will spread in clear water to create characteristic blooming effect. I think in this case amount of pigments matters, that's why I made separate columns. The last one concerns neon pink shade, which is a pink dye called Floxin B. For me, the amount of pigments in paints matters, because if you mix two paints with those with three pigments, you can easily create more muddy color, and we don't want it to our paintings, right? They also can be tricky to blend. I decided to blend two colors wet on dry technique. I had no reason to do that because I usually don't work that way, and as you can see, I had a trouble to do it right. And finally I blend the same colors wet on wet and it was much easier and smoother. You will see in a moment. Now paint is dry, hence I can try to lift pigments off the paper. It's time for summary. I was pretty surprised that single pigment test turned out okay. Actually, you can see a much higher color vibrancy on the Arteza side. They are strongly pigmented, I mean extremely pigmented, so those who love vivid pictures will love them. There is also no granulation in Black 11 Arteza pigment in comparison to Winsor & Newton Mars Black, but overall they look very similar. When it comes to opacity, it is as they say. Black marker stripes are free from any big charcoal parts, which is a great sign. It means that pigments and binders are good mixed. I had no issue with lifting even though I used 100% cotton paper when pigments penetrates the paper. However, you can notice that it's easier to lift blue transparent paint than opaque one. Blooming test turned out as expected. It's just easier to spread one pigment in water rather than mix of 4 or 5. They seem much heavier and sitting on the paper. Neon pink acts more like a mix of 3 pigments paint. And here's my blending. I think you can tell the difference between wet on dry and wet on wet technique. That's why for smooth blending, I would suggest to blend colors wet on wet. And here's my first run with those paints on some cheaper paper. I've tried to recreate this picture from Arteza cover and I was pretty satisfied from the result. Now let's move to my demo and final thoughts. I transferred image on Canson hot pressed paper first, by the way. Now my final thoughts. Well, colors are bright and vivid. Everything is very good organized. I really love the packaging and clear information on tubes as well as the design. I think the price and quality of these paints is really worth to try, especially for beginners and intermediate, just to practice. They are also great for quick sketches. I am curious if they light fast and I think I'm gonna do some tests in the future, just to be sure. But what I like about the company the most is that they really listen to what the customers want and they meet their demand. Then again, they keep on improving their products. Well, I think that's all. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Make sure to check my description box for more information. Please like, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified about my future videos. And now I am leaving you with the rest of my demo of Arteza Watercolor Premium Paints. Bye!